listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Ellsbury Democrat. Log on to www.ellsburydemocrat.com today.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that. But when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Ellsbury, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Ellsbury Democrat. Log on to www.ellsburydemocrat.com today.
Well, good afternoon, folks. It is just almost up on the 4 o'clock hour here in Bowling Green at the Bowling Green Tournament. We're about to kick off action with the consolation game as Ellsbury takes on North Callaway. As we get ready to go here in just a few minutes, we've got 4:31 left on the clock. Crowd still starting to file in. As you can see, team captains now meeting down on the court there in front of the score box. So we'll see how that goes. We'll go over lineups as we get them. Right now, I don't have any up here with me. Once again, this is Jake Thompson here on the Indian Sports Network. We're glad to have you with us tonight. I will be calling this one solo tonight, so I'm going to do my best to keep you guys in the action throughout the game, but as always, I give fair warning. Sometimes even all my best attempts, I won't be able to keep up with everything, but I'm going to make a good shot at it, and we'll keep the commentary as well as the camera all on the same side of the court and following it as best we can. Once again, thanks for joining us today here on the Indian Sports Network. We're going to break away to a couple commercials from some of our sponsors, and we hope to have you with us as we head into this game. We'll be starting in just a little bit. Once again, this is Jake Thompson, and thanks for joining us on the Indian Sports Network tonight.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
Well, folks, they caught me a little bit by surprise there as they did that anthem a little bit before time went down. We're about to start off our lineups here, folks, at this consolation game in the boys division of the 97th annual Bowling Green Invitational Tournament. So, consolation game, it's going to be the Thunderbirds and Indians heading off. Ellsbury will be the home team in this game, Thunderbirds in green. So we're going to see, looks like the starters for the Indians are going to be Justin O'Brien, Tyler Turnbull, Taylor, Hill, and Anthony. For the Thunderbirds, Gabe Cash, Tully Thompson, number 11, Coy Dannison, number 12, and then number 21, Taylor Peasold. So that is it. Cash, Thomason, Dannison, Wright, and Peasold. For the Indians, as we said, Tyler Turnbull. Number 12, Derek Taylor. Number 22, Justin O'Brien. Number 44, Garrett Hill. And number 54, Trevor Anthony. We will get started here in just a moment on this consolation game. Rolling just a minute after the 4 o'clock hour, so this game's starting pretty close to on time. It does appear that number 11, Coy Dannison, a 6'1 junior, will be jumping and facing Anthony. So let's see what happens here, folks. And this show will go. Ball is up. Anthony gets his hands on it, gets back though, and it is in possession of North Callaway. In the hands of number 3, that's Cash. Cash looking to do something with it. Kicks it over to 11, Dannison. Dannison into the corner to 12, right, and then back around. Taylor able to pick up that pass though and bring it back down yonder for the Indians. Turnbull with the ball now on the outer perimeter. Kicks it to Taylor up top, who swings it around to O'Brien. O'Brien across court to Turnbull. Turnbull into Hill. Hill tried to power up for a second, but kicks it back out to Taylor. Taylor into Hill again to O'Brien. O'Brien cuts around top of the key. Shot up, no good. Rebound attempted by Ellsbury, but tipped by them, so will be coming in. Gabe Cash, number 3, to inbound. Cash, a freshman. Cash inbounds to number 11, Coy Dannison. Dannison back to Cash. Cash back to Dannison. Dannison under the court to number 12. That's Wright. Wright misses his shot. Rebound picked up by Anthony. Sorry about the camera, folks. Just realized I didn't move it. Turnbull up with a shot, though, and it's a travel. So, Dannison will inbound to Cash. Cash misses that. Turnbull almost got his hands on it. Ball goes down court to number 5, Tully Thomason. Thomason back to Cash, over to Dannison. Dannison back to Cash. Cash in number 5, Thomason. Thomason kicking it back out and around. Cash in control again. Looking for something to go on here for North Callaway. Into Thomason again. Thomason in the lane. He was there more than anybody else I've seen in a while, just sitting there, and they had no reaction on it. Turnbull to Taylor. Taylor into the lane to Hill. Hill to Anthony. Anthony up with a shot, and it's good. 6:23 on the clock. Ball coming down court for the Thunderbirds in the hands of number 3, Cash. Cash to Wright. Wright to Thomason. Thomason into Cash again. Cash up with a shot. No good. Rebound picked up by number 11, Dannison. Foul called on number 22, Justin O'Brien, his first of the evening. Going to be inbounded, goes right into the hands of number 5, Thomason. Up with a shot, no good. Taylor gets the rebound, and we'll be bringing it back for the Indians. Taylor with the ball, kicks it over to O'Brien. O'Brien back to Taylor up top, over to Turnbull on the side, into Hill. Hill powers up and over and draws the foul with the shot. Alrighty. Ball inbounded by Cash to number 12, right, and then back around. Ball goes off of Thunderbirds, or excuse me, off Indians. Thunderbirds will have it again. Slows them down in their momentum. Cash with the ball up top. Dribbles down, kicks it to number 12, that's right. Right to Cash again, Cash back to right. Right over to Dannison, Dannison into Thomason, and the ball is lost there and goes into the hands of Justin O'Brien. Tried to kick it to Hill there, did not work. Ball gets inbound to number 4. That's Stevie Bodecker, who is now in, replacing Anthony. Taylor back to Bodecker. Bodecker up with the shot. Good. Well done, and the score now is 8-0. We have a half timeout called now by Coach Twellman. So, as those who may be just joining us, we are in the first quarter of play here at the consolation game at the Bowling Green Tournament. First game of the day just started about 6 minutes ago. Indians versus Thunderbirds. 8-0. One foul to each team as we speak. Game been fairly quick so far. And while I said game time started 6 minutes ago, we're still at 5:06 on the clock. Cash back to number 11. That's Dannison. Dannison to right, into the corner there. Cash with the ball back to number 12. Right up with the shot, and it's good. Bodecker with the ball now. Loses it to number 12, Wright. Dawson Wright got in there and stopped that from happening. Taylor will inbound for the Indians. Inbounds to Bodecker, just on the outside of your screens. Bodecker tried to get it there to number 2. That's Nathan Reed. Shot goes up, and it's good for Bodecker. Another 3. Ball comes down in the hands of Cash. He's just zipping by people as he goes. Kicks it to number 5, Thompson. Thompson back to Cash. Cash up with the shot, and it's good. Ball gets inbound to Taylor to Bodecker. Bodecker to O'Brien. O'Brien brings it around, kicks it over back to Bodecker. Bodecker to Taylor. Taylor takes it straight towards the top of the key, goes for the shot, and makes good on it. Ball ran all the way back down yonder. Indians able to handle that before a shot gets really effective on him. Reed with the ball now for the Indians. He goes up, kicks it to O'Brien. Reed saves the ball from going out of bounds, but does appear to be pushed out of bounds. There's a little bit of a change up on the court. It does look like number 54, Taylor, coming in for Taylor, and number 10, Turnbull coming in for Hill. Also some change-ups in the court lineup for Thunderbirds, and I'll catch them as we get to them. Number 15, that's Kellerman with the ball, kicked it to Dannison. Ball lost on that throw. Kellerman inbounds to Dannison. Dannison brings it down court, kicks it back to Kellerman. Kellerman to Dannison again, back to Kellerman. Kicks to number 12, that's right to Dannison, and then they lose control as Stevie Bodecker is going to bring it back down yonder. Ball gets hit to the corner to Reed. Reed shots offline. Number 11, that's Dannison, picks it back on up for the Thunderbirds and brings it down court. Kicks it into the corner to Kellerman. Kellerman back to Dannison. Dannison over to number 5, Thomason, who misses that pass. Ball gets inbounded by O'Brien to Turnbull. Turnbull back to O'Brien. Cuts in. Kicks it. Ooh. Looks like there was a kick. Yep. Going to be inbounded by number 22, Justin O'Brien. 3:02 on the clock here in the first period of play. Ball inbounded Bodecker. Bodecker to Reed, who almost lost it. Back out to Bodecker. Getting kicked around. And that's Kellerman with the ball now for the Thunderbirds. Kicks it to Cash. They're moving on it. And there we go. Anyway, Reed going to be inbounding it. Inbounds to Turnbull. Turnbull bringing it down. Kicks it to Hill. Hill back to Reed. Reed across court to Bodecker. Bodecker for the shot. No good. But they are calling a foul there. So we'll see who they call that on. Number 12, it's Dawson Wright. Hill going to inbound. Inbounds it to Bodecker. Bodecker up top to Turnbull. Turnbull back to Reed. Reed up with the shot, and it's good. Ball coming back down yonder for the Indians. Whoa. That was something. Called that on number 22, so Justin O'Brien. Or excuse me, I thought they called it on number 22, but he's not out there. That's what they signaled. So it must be. Well, I'm not sure, folks. Oh, now they're adjusting it. It was two, just two. So Nathan Reed with that foul. Ball gets inbounded by Kellerman to Cash. Cash going to bring it across the timeline for the Indians. He gets it across, kicks it over to number 5. That's Thompson. Thompson kicks it back to Kellerman, then into the Cash in the corner. Cash cuts up, kicks it back to Thompson. Thompson back to Cash in that corner. They're just doing back and forth into the lane to number 21, Peasold. Peasold tried to get it to number 32. That's there. Did not work. There is a little bit of change up on the court for the Indians. It does look like Taylor is back out. So Taylor going to inbound for the Indians. Kicks it in. Jerkowski now on the field. Taylor brings it back down court, kicks it to Turnbull. Turnbull looking for something. Kicks it to Taylor. Taylor up with the shot. Offline. But then it goes in. It looked off, but it worked. All right, Cash kicks it to Kellerman. Kellerman across court to Thomason. Thomason back to Cash. Cash over to Kellerman. Kellerman back to Thomas. And then into number 21, Peasold. Peasold up the shot, no good. Rebound picked up by Hill. And they are going to head on back down yonder into Indian Way. Taylor with the ball. Kicks Turnbull. Turnbull back to Jerkowski. Jerkowski back to Turnbull. Turnbull cuts in, kicks it to Taylor. Taylor hesitated just a bit more than he needed to. He could have peeled off a shot there. Turnbull cuts in towards the top of the lane. Spins around, runs right into number 32. Clark is there. And Clark, I would assume, is a football boy. A little stout. Kind of like running into one of the Anthonys if they're out on the court. You just kind of hit it, and you're stopped like a wall. So Jerkowski gets the ball inbound into him. We're less than a minute on the clock here in the first quarter play. Kicks it to Turnbull. Score 19-6 right now. Turnbull with the ball up top. Kicks it over to Jerkowski. Then to Taylor. Taylor into Hill. Hill back out to Turnbull. Sets Turnbull up. Turnbull up the shot, and it's good. Tyler Turnbull with a three. And we're back down yonder. Thunderbirds shoot. Off. Rebound picked up by the Thunderbirds, who And Anthony runs into Peasel there, and it did not work in his favor. Number 4, Stevie Bodecker comes on in for Turnbull. Does appear Michael Kelly also going to be coming in. He'll be coming in for Anthony. Ball going to be inbounded by Kellerman. Cash brings it down. His team has 2 freshmen, Cash and Thomason, and both are actually pretty prolifically used by this team. Rebound picked up again by Cash. Shot goes up, no good as the quarter ends. We leave first quarter action here on the Indian Sports Network. Indians up 22-6. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Indian Sports Network.
People's Bank and Trust invites everyone to come to the game, the high school sports games that are going on right now. All area teams have put a great amount of effort and time in to perfect their skills, and they are ready to play. Support the community schools and students by cheering them on to a great season of games. People's Bank and Trust proudly supports the area teams and looks forward to seeing you at each and every game.
Alrighty, folks, we are back here on the Indian Sports Network. This is Jake Thompson, bringing you all the action as it happens, play-by-play on the court. Scored 22-6 with 8 minutes on the clock as we head into the second period of play. Ball being brought down court by Cash. Cash to number 11, Dannison. Dannison back over to number 12. That's Wright. Couldn't handle it, so Cash gets it back to Wright. Wright looking for something. Kicks it back to Cash. Cash in the corner to Dannison. Dannison in the lane. Tried to get it to Peasel. Peasel tried to get away. As you can see on your screen. A little bit of a ball control issue there in general. Ball going to be inbounded by Taylor. Taylor to Bodecker. Bodecker brings it down court for the Indians. He kicks it over to Drakowski. Drakowski to Taylor. Taylor into Hill. Up with a shot. No good. Michael Kelly all over Peasel there trying to stop him from getting anything really going. Ball comes back down yonder Thunderbird way. Cash kicks it out, and it's getting bounced around, but it's in the hands of Peasel again. He cuts in towards the block, goes over the shot. And they're calling a foul there on, I'd assume it'd be Taylor. Or no, it's Hill. 44. Hill and Taylor both there in the way of that, but that will be Garrick Hill's first foul of the evening. So we'll see how this works for him here on the Indian Sports Network. So, number 21, Tanner Peasel, the 6'4" junior, makes his shot there. Ball coming back down Indian way. That's in the hands of Nathan Reed. Now Reed gets it to Hill. Hill cuts in hard, goes up with the shot, and they're calling the foul there. So that'll put Mr. Hill on the line. Shot goes up from Hill, and it's good. No good on his second shot. Ball coming back Thunderbird way in the hands of Peasel there. Or excuse me, not Peasel. Dannison. Dannison into number 25, Sykes. Sykes makes that good. Oh. Hill goes up with the finish. This time, foul called on number 25 for Thunderbirds. That's obviously Mr. Sykes. Does appear to be Mr. Zer coming in for the Thunderbirds, and Anthony and Turnbull in for the Indians as Bodecker comes out. I assume Anthony is for the shooter. He does make his first shot. It's good. Alrighty, ball gets inbounded. Cash with control for the North Callaway. Kicks it to number 11, Dannison. Dannison misses that, folks. And they'll be coming back in. Ball gets inbounded to Cash. Cash kicks over to number 12, Wright. Wright back to Cash. Cash to Dannison. Dannison back to Cash. Cash over to Wright. Wright in the lane to Peasel. Peasel tries to get it across court to Cash, but Kelly was right in the way. Michael Kelly zips it off, hands it off to Reed there. Reed into Anthony, but not good enough. He steps over the line. That's out of bounds. Alrighty. Ball gets inbounded by the Thunderbirds. Cash going to bring it back down. Kicks it over to Dannison. Dannison going down. Kicks it in the lane to Peasel. Peasel up the shot, and it's good. Score now 25-12 with 5:57 on the clock as Turnbull brings it down for the Indians. Kicks it over to Reed. Reed cuts in. Kicks it to Taylor. Taylor tried to go up, but didn't really work. Spins it out to Turnbull. Turnbull goes in. No good. Anthony went up for the rebound. Came down with a couple guys. They're going to call that on Anthony, his second of the night, as number 11, Dannison inbounds. Hill in, Anthony out on the floor. Alrighty. Ball over on this side under Cash. Cash kicks it to number 5, Thomason. Thomason gets it over to, I believe that's, well, doesn't matter. It's changed hands about 3 times by now. Cash up with the shot. No good. Rebound picked up by Dannison. Dannison tried to kick it over to Peasel, and Peasel did finish. Ball gets inbounded, Turnbull to Taylor. And they're going to bring it across the timeline for the Indians here on the Indian Sports Network. Over to number 2, Nathan Reed. Reed into Hill. Hill powers up and around and goes for the shot. Shot goes up. Hill misses his first. O'Brien looks to be checking in. Probably from Michael Kelly, maybe? Yep. Mike Kelly. So, going to be inbounding is number 5, Thomason. Assuming it'll go right into Cash. Cash brings it down. Gabe Cash, freshman. Over into the corner there, number 11, Dannison. Dannison to Thomason. Thomason to Cash. Thompson and Cash, the two freshmen on the team, and seeing a significant amount of court time in this game, and probably all season, I'd say, from the way they're playing out there. Number 11 with the ball, Dannison. Dannison back to Thomason. Thomason tried to get Cash. Taylor able to clip that off, and it's coming back down yonder. Shots up. It's good for Taylor. On the court now for the Indians is Taylor, Reed, O'Brien, Turnbull, Bodecker. Taylor now leaving as Bodecker comes out. Also out there, Donovan Guccione. Number 5 inbounds. Cash with the ball. And it goes out of bounds there. Alrighty, Cash with the ball, kicks it to Thomason. Thomason over to Peasel. Peasel back to Cash. Cash Thomason again. This time to Dannison. Dannison cuts it over back to Cash. Back to Thomason. Thomason over to the corner there again, and this time we see Dannison finish on that. Score now 28-16, 3:52 on the clock. O'Brien with the ball. Kicks it out to Turnbull before he got pushed out of bounds. O'Brien with the ball now, kicks it over to Turnbull. And backing around, Guccione up with a shot, no good. Comes down though, and I'm sure they're going to call a foul on that for Zur. Or, well, it happened to Zur, I should say, but it was, yep, it was on Gooch. His first. And that will put Zur at the line. Excuse me. Shots up, no good. Rebound picked up by Hill. Hill gets rid of it to Turnbull. Turnbull gonna bring it back down yonder. Turnbull to O'Brien. O'Brien back to Hill. Hill swings around and cuts into the lane, but unable to get anything going beyond that. Shot good by North Callaway. Turnbull bringing it back down again. Let's see if they can make something happen. In the hands now of number 24, Cale Mackey. Mackey now out on the court here just a little bit ago for Guccione. Now it's a jump ball. Turnbull with the ball, kicks it to Justin O'Brien. Cuts up towards the top of the lane, kicks it over to Bodecker. Bodecker cuts hard, backs it out to Mackey. Mackey over to Turnbull, or excuse me, to O'Brien. Back to Bodecker out on the edge, waiting for guys to cut through their screen. He rolled for the middle, but not enough room. Peasel picks it off, though, and goes down yonder for the Thunderbirds. And his shot counts. So we're heading back down yonder. Now the score cut down to an 8-point lead for the Indians here in the second quarter play. O'Brien with the ball. Gets it to Turnbull. The Indians scoreless for several minutes, I'd say, I think. Mackey with the ball now on the corner. Cuts up towards top, gets to Hill. Hill over to Bodecker. Bodecker down to Turnbull. Turnbull looking for something, gets it in to Mackey. Mackey unable to turn that into a shot as he had a bunch of defenders cram up on him. Kicks it back out and around the world again. Mackey cuts in, tries to go for the shot, makes good on it. Kale Mackey. All right, ball comes back down yonder, Thunderbird way. Shot goes up from Peasold. Rebound picked up by Turnbull. Turnbull kicks it over to O'Brien. O'Brien going hard, goes up for the shot. O'Brien makes good on it. Score now 32-20. Timeout called. Minute 16 on the court. It's a half. We'll be back in just a moment, folks.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Ellsbury Democrat. Log on to www.ellsburydemocrat.com today.
Alrighty, folks, we are back. 1:16 on the clock, 32-20 in the first half action here in the consolation game at the Bowling Green Tournament. Ball inbounded, coming down court in the hands of number 11. That's Dannison. Dannison brings it across the timeline, kicks it over to Peasold. Peasold up with the shot, and it's good. Ball coming back down Indian way in the hands of Tyler Turnbull. Tyler kicks it over to Bodecker. Bodecker back to Turnbull. Turnbull looking for something, kicks it to Taylor on the far side here. Bench side of the perimeter. Taylor cuts in towards the lane, kicks it over to Turnbull. Turnbull cuts in, but they call a timeout, and Coach Twellman wants a timeout. So we're going to take another one with him. We'll be back here in a minute on the Indian Sports Network.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Not really sure. Just a minute ago, I don't know if you could see it at home on your screens, but the sports therapist from Pike County Medical Hospital were looking at Justin O'Brien's head. I don't know if he cut it at some point or busted something open, but they were looking right near his hairline there for something. Okay, Hill with the ball. They call that. Yep, there must have been something near Justin's ear or hairline. He's getting attended to right now. Shot goes up by Hill. And it's good. Hill, a free throw shooting machine tonight so far. Second shot, also good. Ball inbounded. Dannison in control now. Haven't seen Cash out on the court in a little bit. One of their prime ball handlers. Kicks it over to Kellerman. Kellerman across court to right. Back to Kellerman. Under 30 seconds. Dannison then to right. Right back to Dannison. Dannison to Kellerman. Peasold and Thompson down there on the block. Kicking it over to Dannison. Dannison looking for something again. Kicks it over to right. Under 10 seconds as we go. These boys now decide they're going to do something with it. Kellerman kicks it in. Can't do it. Shot goes up. And no good. So we end the first half, folks, 32-22 in favor of the Indians. Interesting first half. The pace a little faster through some parts of it and then slowed down at others. Definitely an interesting bit of game to watch, that's for sure, folks. We're glad you're with us here on the Indian Sports Network. We'll be back in just a short bit. It does look like leading scorers for the team is going to be right now Hill, followed by Bodeker. So we'll be back in just a few minutes here on the Indian Sports Network as we head into the halftime, and we'll leave you with a couple messages from some of our sponsors.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that. But when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Ellsbury, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay. Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Ellsbury, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, folks, we are back here on the Indian Sports Network. This is Jake Thompson bringing you all the action live and as it happens here, play-by-play at the Bowling Green Tournament. Indians taking on the North Callaway Thunderbirds here in the consolation game. First game of the night. So we've got that going on. Score 34-22. So far, the Indians up. They had a rather slow bit of a run in the second quarter, I guess would be the best way to put it. They had a good push ahead and did well in the first quarter, but it slowed down, at least overall, how they were playing on the court and in terms of scoring. And that gave an advantage, obviously, to the Thunderbirds, who were able to kind of bring it in and rein it in a little more than what it was. So now, with the Indians in the lead, we'll be back in just about a minute 40 here on the Indian Sports Network in the second quarter of play. It does appear to be the starting lineup going into the second quarter. Going to be the starters we saw earlier in the game, which were Taylor, Turnbull, Hill, O'Brien, and Anthony. Not exactly sure if they're going to they're going to throw their starters out, but it does look like Thunderbirds might. They're all kind of standing on the edge of the court, congregating. So we'll figure that out in a minute. I'm assuming they would start back with that kick. And we're just about to get going. Leading scorers for the Indians include Bodecker and Hill. I think Hill is the leading scorer from my rough keeping track of shots here. But Hill been on fairly decently from the free throw line. He's missed a couple, but knocked down 5 so far. It's definitely something to be proud of here, considering some of the free throw successes this team has had earlier in the tournament and other games. So we're about to get this game going. On the court for the Thunderbirds is going to be Cash, Wright, Peasold, Dannison, and who am I missing here? Cash, Dannison, Wright, Peasold. Yep. With the ball was right there. Could not complete. So shooting from the line, Dannison. Misses his first. Missed second. Follow through by, I believe, Peasel, yes. Makes it good. Turnbull going to take the ball back down court for the Indians. He gets it down court, kicks it off to Taylor. Taylor takes control, kicks it over to O'Brien. O'Brien looking for something to do with it, gets it over to Turnbull. Turnbull to Taylor. Taylor back to Turnbull. Over to O'Brien. Back to Turnbull and then to Taylor again. Back to Turnbull into Hill. Hill tried to kick it over to Anthony. Anthony not noticing or not completely comprehending what was going on. Missed that pass in its entirety. Ball gets inbounded. Coming down court in the hands of Gabe Cash. Cash to Dannison. Dannison tried to make it work, but it didn't happen. Picked up by Thomas, and he could not complete on that end of it. So Turnbull takes it back down for the Indians. Cuts in the lane, tries to get it to Anthony again. Anthony almost misses that one as well. Kicks it out. Turnbull cuts in towards the block. Kicks to Hill. Hill goes up. Hill finishes. Ball coming back down court. Cash kicks it over to Dannison. Dannison back to Wright, and then to Cash. Cash to Dannison. Dannison to Wright. Into Thomason. He cannot make that work. He's about a foot shy where he needed to be with that shot. Turnbull takes the ball back down. Looking for something. Kicks it over to O'Brien. O'Brien back to Turnbull. Turnbull to Taylor. Taylor going at it. Back to Turnbull. And then to Hill. And then to Taylor again in the corner. Back again. They're going around that edge trying to make an opening happen to get somebody like Hill or Anthony a shot in that lane. Oh, Anthony throws that one away right into the hands of Wright. Wright kicks it off to Cash, who does complete and makes the shot. Ball gets kicked down to Hill, who cannot get it in time. Peasel intercepts, kicks it off to Dannison. Not really sure what happened, but Garrick Hill just fell down on the Indians into court. I was watching Thunderbird into land, but he ended up somehow laying out flat on his back. He bobbles the ball there. Hill does. Can't get anything done with it. Kicks it over to O'Brien. O'Brien kicks it around to Taylor. Taylor to Turnbull, then to O'Brien again. 4:59 on the clock. Shot goes up by Taylor. No good. Rebound by Hill. Hill to Taylor. Taylor cuts in towards the line and makes it work. Ball comes back down Thunderbird way. Ball gets inbounded. Peasel makes a shot, and it's good. Peasel been hitting a lot for the Thunderbirds in general. Not a starter, but definitely somebody who's popped up. Ball getting bounced around. Or excuse me, he is a starter, but he wasn't one actively used in the first quarter. He heated up in the second. So they call that there. This time on number 32, that's there. Hill going to be coming off the court, though, as Drakowski comes on. Bodecker also out there. And Reed. Ball gets inbounded. Drakowski couldn't keep his hands on it. And the Thunderbirds take away with it. They get it fast down court. Cash up with the shot, and it's good. Nathan Reed inbounds to Turnbull. Turnbull takes off with it. Looking for something. Kicks it over to Bodecker. Bodecker in the corner to Reed. Reed up with the shot. Ball getting passed around by the Thunderbirds into Zer. He could not get control of it, and it zipped off. Shot up by Nathan Reed, no good. 3:20 on the clock. Ball gets zipped down. Cash cannot keep his hands on it. Taylor tried to get his hands on it as well, and all in the same move. It was a bit of a sweep. Cash went to the ground. Score 41-32. Does appear to be a sub. That's O'Brien for Taylor. O'Brien setting up. Going to be inbounded by Dannison. Dannison to Cash. Cash back to Dannison. Into Zer. Back out to Dannison. Dannison into Cash. Cash kicks it back out. Around the edge. Peasled up with the shot. And it's good. Score now 41-35. It's about the tightest it's been this game since early on. Turnbull to O'Brien. O'Brien back to Turnbull. Turnbull cuts in, gets it to Bodecker. Bodecker over to O'Brien, who can't keep his fingers on it. Cash with the ball. Ball gets into Zer. He can't really follow through on it. Cash gets his hands on it, about flies out of bounds. Shot goes up by Dannison, unable to complete on that. Kellerman with the shot now. Kellerman makes good of it, though, folks. That's a three-point shot. The game is now nearing in score. Cash with the ball again, kicks to Kellerman. Kellerman goes to finish. Reed gets his hands on and blocks it, though. A little bit of a piddle there. They think the ball was going to go out of bounds, I assume. Up the shot is Dannison. Dannison makes good on it. Folks, score is now tied. The team that was down by over 10 has brought it on back and in. And these Indians are going to have to come to some form of a little bit more of a lockdown on defense and a lot more motivation on offense to finish shots, folks. Definitely, they've got to do that. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a minute here on the Indian Sports Network. Thanks for sticking with us. This is Jake Thompson, and we're glad to have you along for the ride tonight.
Hi, my name is Jerry Callahan, pharmacist and owner of the medicine shops in Troy and Ellsbury Pharmacy. We strive every day to bring better service, better value, and better health care to our friends in our communities. We want to say thank you for your support, and we're proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Ellsbury and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
Alrighty, folks, we're back here on the Indian Sports Network. Third quarter play, 1:59 left on the clock in the third quarter. 41-41. Ball going to be inbounded by Justin O'Brien. Kicks it into Stevie Bodecker. Bodecker's going to bring it on down. Whoa, kick by, almost looked like kick to me, but Kellerman goes and finishes for the Thunderbirds, puts them up for the first time tonight. O'Brien with the ball, brings it over the timeline. Kicks it over to Bodecker. Bodecker trying to get that ball moving around, find an opening. Goes back to Drakowski. Drakowski getting pinned in that corner, and it goes out of bounds, but it's going to stay Ellsbury's way. There is a little bit of a switch up. We got Dannison back, or Thompson, excuse me, and Sykes, as we see there, and Peasled stepping off the court. Turnbull with the ball. Kicks it to O'Brien. O'Brien back to Turnbull and then to Drakowski. Back over to Taylor. Taylor to Drakowski again, then Turnbull. He loses it when he tries to get it into Hill. It's zipped away. Kellerman up with the ball and shooting it. These Indians have got to get their heads going. Ball goes long past to Taylor. Taylor finishes. That's the motivation and type of moves these guys have got to start motivating themselves under and pushing themselves to. If they delay themselves anymore, it will come back to haunt them, I think, in this game, because these Thunderbirds are starting to light up and they're going. Taylor on the line. He was fouled by number 25, Sykes. That's Sykes' third. Good job for Taylor. Ball down Thunderbird way and hands it Cash. Cash to Kellerman. Kellerman back to Cash. Cash to Kellerman. They got to keep somebody on Kellerman because if he cuts in, shot goes up from Thomas and missed. Sykes got his hands on it, but it goes out of bounds. It's going to stay Thunderbird direction. Alrighty, ball gets inbounded. Dennison up with a shot, or excuse me, Thomason. Taylor with the rebound, kicks it over to Turnbull. Sturkowski back to Turnbull. He's playing like a 2-3 zone. O'Brien back to Turnbull. We're under 20 seconds here in the third quarter. Kicks to Turnbull. Into Hill. Hill gets it right at the moment where it needs to. O'Brien up with a shot. No good, though. And it's going to get bounced all the way down. Kellerman with the shot. And he makes good on it for the Thunderbirds. Ending the third quarter, the Thunderbirds leading first quarter of this game as we head out of it. 47-44 as we head into the fourth quarter of play, folks, here on the Indian Sports Network. We'll be back in just a moment after some of these messages from our sponsors.
At Ellsbury Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We have numerous programs to help your wallet as well as save precious time. Save money with our RX Savings Club program, and you can save time with our medication synchronization program, where we fill your prescriptions at the same time each month. We also offer our medication adherence program to help you remember to take your medications on time as prescribed by your doctor. Better value, better service, better health care. Locally owned and operated, and proud to be your local independent pharmacy in Ellsbury and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
Well, folks, we're about to head into the last 8 minutes of this consolation game. Score of 47-44 here on the Indian Sports Network with the Thunderbirds of North Callaway leading. Going to be inbounding the ball, Derek Taylor. Taylor inbounds to Turnbull. Turnbull to O'Brien, back to Turnbull, and then over to Taylor. Hill cuts towards the block. Can't get anything done. They are trying to trap and harass him on it, but hold gets called. Called on number 32's there. Ball gets inbounded by O'Brien into Hill. Hill goes up with a shot and draws that foul. That called on Peasold. Ref going down to have a word with him for a second. I'm not sure about what. I think he was overly aggressive in any way. That is Peasold's third foul of the game. That puts Hill on the line again. Shots up and good. Good as well. Ball comes back down in the hands of Cash. Gabe Cash kicks it over to number 12. That's right. Right to Thomason to Cash. Cash cross court, but Taylor intercepts, and he takes it back down Indian way and goes for the shot. Makes it good. Derek Taylor. Thomason with the ball. Kicks it to right, back to Cash. Back to right. Looking for something. Peasel with it, kicks it into Zer. Zer goes up to finish. No good, but I'm sure they're going to call foul on that and give him 2 shots. Alrighty. Score now tied again, 48-48. Turnbull brings it down court. Kicks to O'Brien. O'Brien back to Turnbull to Taylor. Taylor back to O'Brien. To Turnbull, then to O'Brien. I just assumed they were going to keep their little lap, pass, and go. Taylor up with the shot. No good. Picked up on the rebound by Hill. Saying it was on the ground. Zer zipped in there for the rebound and on the spin knocked himself off and to the ground, folks. Alrighty, folks. O'Brien with the ball into Taylor. Taylor up with the shot, no good. Rebound picked up by Dannison. Takes off with the down court. Ball gets in, kicked out to Thomason. Thomason goes up the shot, and it's good. Score now 50-48. Indians down 2. Turnbull with the ball, kicks it back to Taylor. Over to O'Brien. O'Brien back to Turnbull. 6:15 on the clock. Back to O'Brien. Back to Turnbull and then to Reed. Nathan Reed into Hill. Hill spun around. Call travel on it because he spun. Cash gonna inbound to number 11, Dannison. Dannison back to Cage. Cage kicks it hard to Thomason. Thomason up with the shot. No good. White touched it last, so it'll stay back down yonder. Number 11, Dannison, going to inbound. Cash switching out. Ball gets inbound to Thomason, then to Dannison. Dannison back to Cash. Cash looking for something. Back to Dannison up top. He swings it over to Kellerman. Kellerman up top to Cash, who switched again. Back to Dannison on the outside. Kellerman up center. Thomason back to Cash. Kellerman in control now on the edge perimeter. They're just moving around the perimeter. And those 3 boys are switching in and out. They move the ball in the lane. Shot goes up by number 11, Dannison. No good. Now Thomason tried. He's going to get the foul called. Wow. That's going to put him on the line. Foul called on number 44. That would be Garrick's second. Thomason with the shot. It's good. Score now. Up just a little bit more for the Thunderbirds. O'Brien with the ball back to Turnbull. Then to Taylor. Taylor into Hill. Hill up the shot. Makes good. Score now 52-50. Cash bringing the ball back. Kicks it over to Thomason. Thomason over to Peasel, who flips back to Cash, and then to Thomason again. Thomason cuts towards the block, goes up the shot, and it's good. The Indians really got to stop the shot attempts by these guys down on their end and really lock up the defense, or it's going to be a back and forth each time almost. O'Brien with the ball, kicks it out to Reed. Reed up with the shot this time, no good. Rebound picked up by Thomason. They've got to make every trip count, and they've got to keep the defense solid. Ball lost, and it will be going back down Indian way. Anthony in as well as Wright. Back on the court now. Turnbull with the ball, kicks it to Reed. Cross court to Taylor and then back to Turnbull up top. On the perimeter, Reed with the shot, no good. The rebound tipped it almost right into the hands of Cash, who took off with it. Derek Taylor went down there and interrupted any further chance of that getting any worse. And there comes the inbound. Shot up by number 21, Peasel. No good on the rebound. That's about the second or third time a guy has taken a hell of a wall up drop from trying to rebound. Reed up with the shot. He's slick as can be. Slicks through all those Thunderbirds and goes to the shot and is good. 52-54 now. Cash with the ball to Dannison. There's a hold there. Bodecker going to switch out for Reed. Cash with the ball. Kicks it to Thomason. Thomason over to Kellerman. Back to Cash, and then Thomason into the corner to Kellerman again, into the lane. Once again, another guy sliding. He gets his arm wrapped around and pulls Bodecker down almost. Turnbull with the ball. Kicks it back around and outside. Bodecker with it now. Kicks it to Turnbull in the lane to Anthony. Anthony back out to Bodecker. Bodecker to Turnbull. Turnbull to Bodecker. Bodecker towards the top of the lane. There's a shot. Rims around. Anthony with the ball. He fought for it and gets the foul as he goes for the shot. Anthony fought hard in on that, folks, and made it work. Score 54-52, 2:40 left in the fourth quarter of play here in Ellsbury as we just crossed over the 5 o'clock hour a little bit ago. Anthony's first shot counts. Score edged closer. There had to have been a line violation on that, I almost want to think. 21 was leaning forward and about lost his balance on it. And that leaves us at a 1 point difference with that miss. Ball going to be inbounded by Kellerman to Cash. Cash swings it up to Kellerman into the corner. That's Thomason. He's cutting down. Almost got pushed out of bounds there by Taylor. Kicks it into Kellerman, but it's swatted by the Indians. They don't let it happen too easy. Cash with the ball now. Kicks back to Thomason. Over to Kellerman. Kellerman on the perimeter. He's dangerous there. Ball getting bobbled around. Shot up by Kellerman. Off. Taylor with the rebound. 1:52 on the clock. If these guys can just edge it out a little more, fight hard, it'll happen. Timeout called by Coach Twellman. We'll take it with him. Be back in just a minute here on the Indian Sports Network.
At Ellsbury Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We have numerous programs to help your wallet as well as save precious time. Save money with our RX Savings Club program, and you can save time with our medication synchronization program, where we fill your prescriptions at the same time each month. We also offer our medication adherence program to help you remember to take your medications on time as prescribed by your doctor. Better value, better service, better health care. Locally owned and operated, and proud to be your local independent pharmacy in Ellsbury and Troy. Visit us online at MedicineShopRx.com.
Folks, we're back here on the Indian Sports Network. This is Jake Thompson bringing you all the action live and as it happens, and it does appear that we perhaps have had just that's the first time that's happened tonight. Well, hopefully you're coming through just good and fine now. Shot up by Anthony, no good. Indians fighting hard. Coming back down in the hands of Dennison. Dennison to Thomason. Back to Dennison. Kicks it to Cash. Over to Cash there on the edge. Clock winding away, and these guys leaving a lot of opportunity on the court. And Anthony does foul out with that in that attempt to get a foul, secure things down. Not the smartest thing in the world, but does happen. So Trevor Anthony takes a seat here in this consolation game. Anthony with at the least 3 points. I might be missing a shot in there, maybe, I think. All righty. Cash with the ball. Foul called again. Still 1:05 on the clock. Score 54-53. Cash on the line now. I don't know if I've seen Cash shoot free throws today. Memory's always a little shoddy. But he makes his first because his memory on how to shoot a free throw is not. Does look like Nathan Reed will be checking in a minute. Second shot is missed. Taylor with the rebound. Taylor breaks away. Turnbull with it now. Timeout called. Score 55-53. 55.9 seconds on the clock left here in play, folks, on the Indian Sports Network.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Well, folks, we are ticking away here. We'll be back in just a minute from this timeout, or just a second, like that. 55.9 on the clock. Score 55-53 in favor of North Callaway. Let's see if something can be done. Ball going to be inbounded by Justin O'Brien. Gets it into Turnbull, who brings it across the timeline for the last time for these fellas. Turnbull cuts it, or excuse me, O'Brien cuts in, kicks it to Reed. Reed to Turnbull, into the lane to Taylor. Taylor kicks it back out to Reed. Turnbull cuts in. They've got to get a shot going, and there's a shot, folks. That ties the game. Reed misses that clip that he was after on Cash. And the ball goes out of bounds on a hard slap by Reed. You talk about fast moving and knowing what he needed to do. He zipped in there like he should have. Another timeout called. I draw your attention to the interesting headgear worn by Trevor Anthony as he's cooling off after his 5 fouls. These guys gearing up on a full timeout. We'll be back in just a minute. Score 55-55 here on the Indian Sports Network.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that. But when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Ellsbury, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Alrighty, folks, we are back here on the Indian Sports Network. This is Jake Thompson. Indian Sports Network brought to you by the Ellsbury Democrat and several of our local community sponsors. We're going to see what happens here in just a moment, folks. 30.4 seconds on the clock. It's a tied game. Ball going to be inbounded by number 12. That's Dawson Wright. Wright inbounds, looking for something. Gets it, hands it off to Bodecker. Bodecker takes off. Bodecker fouled as he tries for the shot. Bodecker zipped in there, cut that pass off, and took off with it. I hate saying I don't even know if they were completely aware of their surroundings when they made that inbound. It was just such a clear open option. It kind of blows me away that somebody pulled that off. Bodecker on the line. Scores his first. Scores his second. Under 20 seconds. Ball in the hands of Danson there. Out, and they call a foul on Peasold, and Peasold, no, excuse me, not on Peasold. Danson was cutting in, Peasold was right there in front of him. So Danson will be at the line. 10.9 seconds on the clock when we hit playback. First shot good. 57-56. Reed comes in for Bodecker. Nathan Reed, one of the fellows on this team who sparks him up. Short, goes for the shot, does not finish. 6.7 seconds on the clock. Hill gets the rebound. They almost tried to pull that off, folks, by missing catching the rebound and finishing. Slick move in itself, but Hill pulled that back down, folks, and we're going for some shots at the charity stripe for Ellsbury. 6.7 on the clock. 57-56 here. Consolation game at Bowling Green Tournament. Bodecker jumping back in for Reed. I'd assume they put Reed in because they were hoping on some fast footwork from him. Garrick Hill on the line. Timeout called. Hill missed his shot, and that timeout called by North Callaway is going to be a full. So we'll be back in just a minute here on the Indian Sports Network, folks. Stay with us. It's turning into an interesting last 30 or 40 seconds of this game.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay. Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Ellsbury Democrat. Log on to www.ellsburydemocrat.com today.
Folks, we are back here on the Indian Sports Network. Definitely one heck of an interesting game ending going here. Indians came out strong in the first quarter, lagged through the second and part of the third, and then it fired up. But so has North Callaway and brought this game to a 1-point difference, 57-56 with 5.8 on the clock. Going to be inbounded by number 12, Dawson Wright. And the clock starts when the ball gets to somebody. There we go. That's Dawson with the ball. He goes for the shot, and it's good. Holy crap, folks. What a way to end a game. Number 11, Coy Danson, up with the shot, scores it, kicks it up right over the Indians with a heck of a three-pointer, ladies and gentlemen, to close this game out. That's all you can say. Holy crap. Or at least that's the best way you can say it right now at the moment. That is, wow. Running came up with the shot and made a good hit. You've got to appreciate the effort he put in there and these guys put in there. It's a heck of a hard-fought game in the consolation match. Really, really a heck of a game. And you got to give it to Coach Twellman. His boys fought hard and really put up the effort. Really put up the effort in this game and closed it in, sealed it up, and did their best. Definitely did something good. And you got to appreciate the hard work and the effort these guys put in. Even with losing in this game, it came down to just the last few seconds. Really, what a game, folks! What a game! Indians fall North Callaway tonight, 59-57, here at Bowling Green. Next game going to be Van Far facing Bowling Green. Of course, we're going to be heading home before that one starts, hopefully. But, folks, thank you for joining us here tonight on the Indian Sports Network. It's a tough loss to see, but these Indians always fighting hard, doing their best. So, once again, this is Jake Thompson for the Indian Sports Network. Thank you, and good night.